In this video, we'll work on restoring a 1920s bicycle, and I'll actually show you another bicycle that has also been restored by my friend Ethan, who is also helping me on this restoration project. And then we'll finish up the video talking through a little bit of history on why a bicycle was so important to the French Resistance. So before getting into the restoration, well, let's show you what it looks like beforehand. As you can see, the chrome is not so shiny. There are a lot of dings and dents on some paint, but we're going to leave that alone. We're mainly looking to clean this up and make it look a lot better without doing significant changes. I really like the emblem on the front, so I thought I'd show you guys what that looked like. Just kind of a cool classic appearance to it. I'm just not going to keep this seat cover. I'm not a big fan of it. I may make a new one in the future. Also, I don't think it's original. Much of this bike is in good condition. It just is really dirty and needs some polishing and cleaning. In order to get at the, all the chrome, we need to remove the bike rack first. In order to do so, both of these nuts on either side have to come off. With some fine steel wool and a lot of elbow grease, Ethan and I are able to get the fenders to shine up pretty nicely, as you'll see in just a moment. Right here, you can see the difference between where you've scrubbed it with the steel wool and, well, where we haven't. While this is a lot of work we're filming right here, there was actually a lot of work done off camera. Ethan, for example, disassembled and took the wheels off and cleaned off all the corrosion, rust, and all that. And now to reveal how this cleaning restoration went on this bicycle. I filmed some footage inside and outside, and yes, the bag is covering the project for one of the next videos. Oh, and do you remember I mentioned that the rear reflector was broken? Well, here's a reproduction that Ethan had made. I think it's a big improvement. All that scrubbing with the steel wool on the chrome was not in vain. Check out this chrome. It's nice and shiny. Earlier it was so dingy and you couldn't see a reflection or anything. What an improvement. Much of the metal here that is not chrome was given a coat of silver paint by Ethan to help prevent it from rusting and further degradation from the elements. And here are the wooden bicycle pedals that are over 100 years old. Excuse the dirt, I did use these at a reenactment, didn't clean it off afterwards. But anyways, I think it's pretty cool that they're this old and are made out of wood. I also like the stamping. And as you can see, we left the original paint and emblem, we just cleaned everything up. I don't know what the original color was, I think this might have been a repaint. Stay tuned for the next video where I show you how I made the crate for the bike rack. Now let's take a look at another bike restoration. This one's done by Ethan to even a fuller extent, including a whole bike repaint. Let's check it out.
So this is my bike. This is a 1938. I believe it's a Royal Flyer. Repainted it, stripped it down. New rims, old ones were shot. And then original tires. And then new pedals since the old ones were bad. And got it done in a couple weeks. And it's a very nice bike to ride.
You want to tell them about the rims? Tell them the difference between stepped and the regular.
These are not stepped. The one that we are restoring has these stepped rims. They kind of have more of a V shape to them. When they come up to a point almost. Where these ones are just kind of all flat, which this one did have at one point. Those were too far gone.
And then the other thing you add that's really kind of cool is the bin on the back.
So the crate I got at a local antique shop for 20 bucks, and I drilled 2 holes through it, bolted it to the frame with some rubbery washers so it wouldn't scratch the chrome, and used it as a storage crate when I'm riding around.
Another nice touch Ethan did was he actually found a reproduction light for his bicycle and mounted it on the front, which adds actually a little more practicality to the bicycle, and it also looks really kind of cool. Anyways, let's start talking about why a bicycle was so important to the French Resistance. This will also kind of explain why I wanted to fix up an old bike. Paris, 1941. The City of Lights has fallen underneath the shadow of German oppression and occupation. Within the shadows rises an organization composed of mainly ordinary civilians who join the resistance to fight this oppression. Their mission is to create confusion for the enemy, gather information, destroy enemy supply lines and information and infrastructure, and provide vital intel back to the Allies. But in this nation full of civilian soldiers, rises one item that is crucial to the resistance effort. This unassuming item is the bicycle. But why a bicycle of all things? Why not a vehicle like a car, a motorcycle, or something like that? Or a truck even. You can carry more people, more supplies, travel faster, and without tiring out the individuals riding in the vehicle. Well, the answer comes based on being in a world underneath intense scrutiny by the German oppressors. Let's look at some of these reasons. Probably the primary reason why you'd use a bicycle instead of a vehicle was that you would have a really hard time getting hold of gasoline in 1941 or the 1940s if you were a French civilian. Without gasoline, you know it's kind of hard to drive a vehicle. Next would be noise. A vehicle is a lot louder than a bicycle. It's going to be harder to travel around the French countryside without gathering attention from German sentries, German soldiers, and all the other different parties involved. Next was maneuverability and versatility. A bicycle could go around where vehicles could not. You could avoid checkpoints. It also was very unassuming because it was a bicycle, not a vehicle. It could look like you were just bicycling to your job, or bicycling back from your job, or going to visit a friend. Bicycle was kind of an unassuming method of transportation. Messenger boys often used bicycles as well and were crucial for transporting information as radios were risky. Messenger boys worked for more than just the resistance, they worked for industry of that time. So it was a great way for the resistance to transmit information through bicycle messengers from one place to another. So with every turn of the pedal and squeak of the dirty joints of a worn-out bicycle, brave men and women would transmit and carry information. Showed us that the simplest tools can make a great impact in the world around us. Hopefully you enjoyed that brief history breakdown of why the French resistance used a bicycle and why it was so important to them, and also the brief restoration project. So make sure to subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to seeing you guys in future videos. Thank you for watching. Bye.